Okay, here we have a 2007 IHI IC30 Crawler Dump. Go in here and get our serial number tag. This is the IHI, what else are we seeing? IC30-2, serial number 0000159. Okay. And I guess while we're here, let's check our operator's area here, and we have our gauges with fuel, water, glow plug light, battery light, oil pressure. We have our hour meter, 1386.0 currently. We have our high and low travel. We have our park brake and park brake light indicator when the park brake's on. We have turn signals left and right. Pretty important to have them on a crawler dump when you're on the interstate doing 90. We have the horn button in case you want to pass somebody on the interstate. And I believe that is our headlight switch, turns the headlights off and on. We will check all of those. Here we have our indicator for how steep we're climbing when we go to dump, so we don't go over backwards, or how far we're going forward. You can look down and see if you're on a 10-20 degree incline. Our throttle, that's basically it on the operator's area for instrumentation. Our fuse box. We do have our control lever here for our dump bed. The seat back is adjustable for angle on this control, and of course the seat will slide back and forth. They do give you, in case you're tired of holding the sticks, they give you these couple of pins here that you can just put your feet on when you're going a long distance, and just hold it with your feet if your hands are getting tired of holding the sticks for a long travel. This is very fast in high speed. I believe the ground speed is probably 2 or 3 miles an hour faster than the Yanmar. They did provide, it's kind of cheap in my opinion, versus this spin around seat that Yanmar has. What they did is, if you're going to want to back up and see where you're dumping, they physically, in the operator's manual, show you sitting your butt up here, and this here is just a backrest. So when you sit on there, then you're looking like this, and here's your 2 drive sticks. So you can sit there. They did have a little teeny piece of plywood here that was upholstered with like a 3-inch high foam thing, and it was all cracked up and broken. I didn't put it back on and repair it because I'm just wondering if people will think it's crazy. But that was the point of this bar. That's why it's there. Okay, I guess we go around to the engine compartment and see what we see under that. It is also lockable with the ignition switch. This baby runs a nice little Kubota 4-cylinder, a V2203. There's our hydrostatic pump down there. There's our main hydraulic filter. That one is a high-pressure Donaldson filter. There, that 12-volt spool valve there is for your high and low speed, and your park brake that locks up the hydraulics. And I know the brake works real good because I was running wide open with it in low, and I meant to hit high speed, and I accidentally hit the switch for park brake and just about left the vehicle. It stops now. And here we got our air cleaner here. Underneath the air cleaner we have our primary fuel filter with the water separator, and then our secondary spin-on fuel filter there. Very easy to get at right there. And the cool thing about these, on a lot of these machines, is that with the electric fuel pump, you can just put on your fuel filter, let it sit there and run, and let it purge all the air out. Kubota has a nice little purge valve right here on the side of the engine with the fuel pump on. You just turn that out. It'll push it across to all the injectors, the return line, and back to tank. When you hear it drizzling in the tank, close that valve up, and she starts right up. No need for cracking injectors. Radiator burp tank. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, we got our hydraulic tank, and here's our hydraulic level right there. So the hydraulic tank, everything for service is right under the hood here. Okay, I guess let's start it up now. We'll go through all the functions that we've got, check the lights, turn signals, because it's important that they work, you know. I don't know why they put turn signals on this, that's crazy. It'll take a glow. It likes its glow plugs. But I have the same thing in a lot of my Kubotas. My brand new Kubota skid steer, you can't just hit the key and start. It wants its glow plugs. Starts like that every time. Good sounding engine. We got our park brake light on. Okay, let's check everything before we take off. Let's check lights and horns and all that stuff. Well, the horn be working good. Hey, there's your headlights. Okay, I think they're just off and on. There's your right turn signal working. Got a... Yeah, no, there it is. There's your left turn signal working. And that's everything. Lights, horns, turn signals. You got your high and low there. Your park brakes on, park brakes off. You're ready to go. Let's dump the box and show them that stuff too. Let's do that before we go too far. You got a lockout. Yeah, let's dump. You want to show them the tailgate first? You want to dump all the way up? Okay. There she is, dumped all the way up. You have your safety prop rod right here. So when you're working on it, pretty small muffler compared to the Kubota. But it's just as quiet, maybe even quieter. Maybe because this is a 4-cylinder and the Kubota only has a 3-cylinder. Here's your main hydraulic pumps. Okay, let's take it down enough we can take off the tailgate. A little bit more. Let's show them how the latches work. Take it down. So you see the tailgate comes in. The latches will lock in automatically. Go up a little bit. Right there. Latches are already open. So if you had a spreader chain, you can put on a spreader chain. You could already start spreading your gravel. Yeah, let's show them how it comes off. So, if you yank that baby up like that, I'm going to grab my side here this time. Okay, I got mine. And there, your tailgate's off just like that. It's light enough that I can put it up and down myself. You come back, you want your tailgate on, put it in. Shut it down, and you got tailgate. Tailgate's back on. Now let's do the sides. Release your side handles. There you go. Then you can leave the side downs. You got your two sides. So now you can go in there with a forklift, set in a pallet. You can take off the tailgate, haul something 8 feet long, 9 feet long. I've seen them put stuff 10 feet long sideways across the bed. All your pallets of block or concrete. That's what's so cool about this design versus having sides that don't go down. Okay, then our next thing will be, hold on a second here. You got to get my handle up. Okay, we're good to go. These handles keep her locked. Okay. Now I guess we can take off, and I'll show you how she functions. So operating this, unlike the Yanmar, if you watch the video in the Yanmar has the steering clutches and brakes in it, so it's like operating a bulldozer. This is exactly the same as operating an excavator. So you have instant forward and reverse in each track. Okay, bring it on out here. Okay, so first we'll have them go and make a corner with just one track like the Yanmar. Then we'll have them do it like you would in a Bobcat, and you see the turning difference. Okay, that is where one track is just stopped like the Yanmar. Okay. Okay. Now, if you go one forward and one in reverse, like an excavator, woohoo! Look at her go! That's in low gear, right? That's low speed. Yeah. If you did that in high speed, you'd probably need to put your seatbelt on. Probably throw you right out of the machine. So yeah, this one does not mess around. I like this a lot because this one's got really good power and it's got good speed, especially if you're going a long distance. Yeah, and very smooth on the steering because you're controlling the hydraulics. There's no jerky clutches or anything. Okay, take it away. Let's show them some speed here. Again, that's in low speed, so it's much faster than the Yanmar. Yeah, that's there's low. There's high. Yeah, you're scooting right along. We can get or you can even look it up yourself on IHI's website that will give you the travel speed. Although I believe I've got an operator's manual on this, and that will also list our travel speed in it too. I can get that marked down. It's going to have it in kilometers. We can convert that over to miles per hour. Anything else you can think of? Yeah. It's nice and quiet. Yeah, it's simple. You can see that now this truck doesn't have the ability to pass through and get out the other side of the truck like the Yanmar. So you can understand when you look at these, at least in these vintages, the Yanmar would cost a lot more to buy than this. This is much simpler. Yanmar did all that design so you could get out either side of the truck. So that's a plus for Yanmar. But these two trucks side by side are basically the exact same thing. They both got the same carrying capacity. This might have a little more horsepower and a little more ground speed. High gear in that Yanmar does cook along though.
It's different ergonomics.
Yeah. Okay, I guess you can put that away. Can't think of anything else. That's it for that one.